Could Marcus Rashford leave Manchester United for PSG? Front cover of L'Equipe saying Paris negotiate with Rashford. Lots to talk about here and get some more information on this as we welcome into the show Shaka Hislop and Julien Laurent. So, Jules, I know you've written a piece on our website about this whole situation as well. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, that's the breaking news of the evening, Kay, here in London and in Paris. Last week, Dwayne, who is one of Marcus Rashford's brothers and an agent as well, travelled to Paris to meet with Luis Campos, the PSG sporting director, to discuss the possibility of Marcus Rashford becoming a PSG player. They want a PSG to strengthen the attacking line, a player that can play on the wide or as a number 9. And they've identified Marcus Rashford as being that player. There's still a long way between the meeting last week and him actually being a PSG player. For example, the two clubs have not started talking, and we don't know if United right now are open to sell Marcus Rashford or not. It seemed that Marcus Rashford was quite interested, and your brother doesn't travel to Paris if you're not interested in what PSG have to offer. It doesn't mean, again, that he wants to leave United and that he's going to push for a move. However, he's got 1 year left on his contract right now. He's 24. There's another year in option that United can trigger alone, only themselves. So even if Rashford is not in agreement, United can still trigger. So technically he's got 2 years left on his contract. But this one that we'll have to monitor, because I think it could be quite interesting to see how this one develops.
If I was him, I'd get on a Eurostar and go to Paris straight away. I mean, you talking about winning a watch, right? Paris Saint-Germain, the way he's played. And I think he's a good player, but he's lost his way big time. Whether it's the off-field stuff that he does and all the charity work, I don't know. I'm not suggesting he has a bad attitude, not at all, but he has lost his way on the field. Now, if you were saying to me, United are offloading him to Everton or West Ham, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. But Paris Saint-Germain, the way that he has played for his club recently, he has won a watch if that was the case, and I would jump at the chance to get out of that club and try and revitalise and rejuvenate his career that is dwindling away in the wrong direction and has been for a while. And that's what makes me surprised. And I understand what Jules is saying. He can play across that front line, but he just hasn't played those positions well for quite a long time. And that is what surprises me.
What do you think about it all, Shaka?
I think it makes an awful lot of sense. And I'm with Craig. I think Marcus Rashford remains a tremendously talented footballer. I don't feel any of his off the field involvements have anything to do with his loss of form. I certainly find that helps players focus an awful lot. But if you look at that United dressing room as a whole, players who are involved in charitable work or not have all suffered a similar fate. So I think the issue is with Manchester United.
Obviously, it's quite new and breaking. Have you seen any reaction from France as to Rashford coming in at PSG and what they think about how this would fit and him coming?
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see the reaction from PSG fans. Obviously, I've had a lot of messages on social media after we published the article and we posted about it. There's a lot of PSG fans who, like Craig said, haven't really been fancying the Marcus Rashford of the last 18 months. Let's not forget he scored 4 goals, I think, in the Premier League last season, for example, and I think 1 in the Champions League. He's been out of confidence, clearly. We saw that again against Brighton at the weekend, for example, where he missed a chance. He was lucky that he was flagged for offside on the Ronaldo offside, but he was... he was in a regular position that he should have scored regardless of if someone was offside in the build-up of the chance anyway. So I think a lot of PSG fans, although they understand the versatility, the age, because again, he's a young player and you're already preparing the kind of post-Messi, post-even Neymar era at PSG. So you need younger players like Mbappe, like Ekitike, like Vitinha, and again, like Rashford. But I think there's quite a question mark around his level, his degree of confidence. He lost his place in the England squad, for example, as well. So there's a big chance that he might not make it to the World Cup, for example. So I think there was a bit of surprise about the name, and also English players don't really go abroad. That's not really what they do. So yeah, it was I think there was quite a surprise within the PSG fan community and even in France when the story broke out. But it'd be interesting again to see if it actually happens, to see the reaction once he's over there.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.